I didn't think it was gonna be this complicated. My entire body aches. This is way out of my skill range. I kind of hate the color. Wait a second. I broke one of the pieces. What up, hooligans? It's Jennifer. Today I am taking on the most intense room makeover project that I have ever done. In fact, today is a bathroom renovation. We're taking on big projects like plumbing, the toilet, sink, countertop, flooring, like we're doing it all. I live at home with my parents when I'm in Vancouver, so we've had this house for quite a while and we've never really done any renovations to it. It's functional, but as a DIYer who does a ton of room makeovers, I was like, there's definitely something that I can do about it. So this is what the bathroom is looking like currently. I think the main issues are the linoleum flooring. It's really yellow. I feel like it's not really anyone's style. Definitely not my style. And we have the countertop, which is chipping at the sides, so hopefully I can do something with that. Update the style, update the sink. Also, you can see the paint is kind of peeling on the walls. We've had that for so long and we just haven't done anything about it. And the toilet. So my vision for this bathroom is completely different from what it is right now, for obvious reasons. So on my Pinterest inspiration board, I had a lot of bright whites, gold accents, a lot of marble, and overall more modern. But whether or not I was actually able to pull this off, that was the real question. Now, I have plenty of experience making over rooms, room decor, beds, that kind of stuff, because it doesn't really require that much skill level. You just need a little bit of creativity. However, with bathrooms, there's a lot of plumbing and technical aspects involved, which makes the stakes a lot higher, because if we got a leak, we got the bathroom flooded. I have never done anything like this before. I think the first thing I want to tackle is the flooring, but in order to do that, I have to also tackle the toilet at the same time. So let's go to Home Depot. Hello guys, so I am at Home Depot. I'm looking for flooring right now. So I decided on vinyl peel and stick flooring just because it's the easiest to use. I have no experience doing flooring whatsoever, but I've watched like 50 tutorials on how to do this peel and stick stuff. It's still like kind of iffy about waterproofing and whatnot, but I've chosen this Carrera marble flooring. It's just this peel and stick kind. I can't pull it out. I wanted to grout in between the tiles just to make it look more like real tile. Here it is right here, and then we have the grout right here. Let's hope it works. Welcome to the bathroom. I feel like this bathroom perfectly encapsulates like what a typical Asian bathroom looks like. We got, you know, the red calendar up here. We got the mishmash of colorful towels. However, we are on the internet, and on the internet, everything has to look good for Instagram. So yesterday at Home Depot, I got the toilet, the flooring supplies, and that's it. But I already know those two projects are gonna take a long time. I'm going to get rid of the toilet first. I don't have any experience with plumbing, so let's hope I don't flood the bathroom. I've watched a ton of videos on YouTube about how to take out a toilet. It doesn't look too hard, but it is kind of disgusting. So let's get to it. Also, it's a bad idea that I literally painted my nails like 3 days ago. Bye! Hi! Did you ever think the day would come where I'd be taking out a toilet here on Generation DIY? Well, me neither. So, I don't know if you can see, but okay, I'm gonna close this so it's not as gross. Yeah. So the bolts are literally rusted over because it's so old. The color is just like not my cup of joe. Although I do have to say, in the past it has been convenient because we all know the color of pee and it matches perfectly. So you can't really this is so gross. Anyway, I'm going to first shut off the water supply so that we don't get any leaks. I think we should be good. So now I can just I'm okay. If I just flush it, most of the water will come out. Hello, can you see me? And then that way it'll make it easier to take out the toilet so I don't have like gallons of water in there. Okay, so we as a family are pretty environmentally conscious, so we actually put little jars of water inside so that we could save water while flushing. The water in this tank is completely clean, so it's not gross for me to be touching it. Each flush takes at least a gallon of water, which is a ton of water, which is why our new toilet toilet has like a dual flushing system, but yeah, I never really realized how much water you're really using when you flush. So if it's yellow, keep it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. This is pretty much just for your entertainment. For the rest of the water, I'm gonna take a sponge and just sponge it out. Okay, I just finished getting all of the water out of there. Now it's time to suck it up and do... I'm gonna take out the water in here. I got my bucket right here. I'm gonna use a cup to scoop it out because I'm not using the sponge. I have to suck it up. It's not a big deal, okay? Just, oh. I probably should be using gloves for this, but it's fine. I'm just scooping toilet water out of the bowl. Just your casual Thursday. Oh, it smells so bad. All right, I have just gotten all of the poop water out of the toilet. I'm really hyped right now. The next step is I'm just gonna take the toilet out. I anticipate these bolts slash screws to be very hard to take out because they are so rusted over and they like don't really have their shape anymore, so it'll be kind of, see you later. Oh my gosh, there's so much water damage on the floor.
Well, you're gonna replace it, you can put it on top of it anyways, right?
Yeah, but that's not gonna get rid of the problem.
Well, it'll make it look
top half is off. Now, the real issue is the bottom. Oh my. We did it. So I have been sitting here cleaning the wax out of the flange for like half an hour and it truly looks like poop. It's just a combination of like wax and rust and probably poop, but we're powering through it. It's going great. Strong, independent woman. So, first of all, I realized plumbing is not easy. Very labor intensive, but I think we all knew that. Second of all, originally the plan was just to lay the new flooring over this existing floor because over in this area, there's no floor area that's popping up or anything. It looked pretty good. However, back here, so I covered the toilet flange. We've always seen this kind of water damaged area, but we didn't know that it was as bad as it is. Do you see how much it's moving? Yeah, so that is not flat anymore and it's not stuck down. So I am going to have to peel off this linoleum flooring layer, which I already knew this renovation was gonna be complicated, but like I didn't think it was gonna be this complicated, but I feel like renovations always have more complications than you think. We might rip it up to discover that the subfloor is like completely rotten. I also don't know what's underneath this. There might be another layer of linoleum or it might be like the wood floor, but I think there's another layer of linoleum underneath. Okay, I'm gonna start from this end because it's easier to peel back. Wait, what is this? So we ripped out the entire top piece of linoleum flooring to discover that there was a sheet of wood underneath. And this was when it all started to go downhill. This is what the flooring looks like. Normal, we just have to like take off the glue and stuff. However, here we have some severe water damage in the wood. So we're gonna have to remove all of this wood and probably replace like this chunk, which is gonna be quite complicated. I think underneath this layer of wood, it's another layer of like laminate flooring, which is why this flooring is so much higher than the carpet outside. So there's probably like a couple layers of flooring. The previous owners probably just tried to cover up the damage with more flooring, which was what we were about to do, but I feel like sooner or later we'd have to do this. So my brother is removing the top layer of wood. Nice. Damn, that's disgusting.
You want to do it?
So because because the wood under the toilet area was so water damaged and rotten, we had to take out that whole piece and replace that area with new wood. We decided to only replace that piece where the toilet area was because the rest of the wood in the bathroom was still in good shape. So I don't know if you guys could tell, but there was another layer of linoleum or laminate flooring underneath the wood sheet. We thought about taking out that layer too. However, we decided against it just because it would have been way too complicated and we didn't think that the payoff would be worth it. The sheet of wood also was screwed down to that laminate flooring underneath with like hundreds of little screws. So it took us a couple hours to pull all of those out. But that was the end of day one, which honestly felt like a whole week. It is day two. Day two of actually working manual labor because it has been quite a few days of research and stuff, but I have been working on scraping off the adhesive and also the old wood glue and leveler and that kind of stuff just to make sure everything is smooth. And I am back at Home Depot because I'm picking up some floor patching material and some floor primer to prep the floor for the tiles. So I'm stressed. This is way out of my skill range. I feel like we should have maybe hired a professional to do this, but I just wanted to try to DIY it. If I hired someone, it would have costed a couple $1,000s, which in the long run I think is worth it. However, I'm kind of stupid and I want to learn new things, which is kind of ironic. Okay, let's go. So I have the floor patch and also got the latex primer. However, I spoke to a worker and I asked him if the peel and stick tile would be waterproof enough for a bathroom. He was like, to be honest, no. And I was like, oh shoot. So at that point, I was starting to freak out because obviously my top priority was for the bathroom to be waterproof. We didn't want any leaking or water damage because that would just undermine all of the work that we were about to do. So the man at the store recommended interlocking vinyl planks instead because those were completely waterproof. But I was still adamant on using the peel and stick tiles because they had tile patterns rather than just wood looking planks. So I asked him if there was a way to make the peel and stick tiles waterproof, and he said that if I grouted them in that they should be fine, which was my original plan. So I was like, okay, I'll do that and hope it works. So I left the store with the supplies to prep the peel and stick tiles. However, we all know how indecisive I am, so I changed my mind. Okay, so I am doubting myself and doubting the waterproof abilities of the flooring that I bought. I'm going back in and getting the flooring that he recommended. That means I also have to return the primer because I won't be needing it. Okay, so these are the peel and stick tiles that I originally got. I got this one and they have more stone looking stuff. However, they don't really have stone looking stuff. On the waterproof side, they do have this kind of, but it's not really marble. I'm thinking something kind of gray though, like that looks good. Maybe that, I don't know. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Something kind of light colored. Hello. Okay, here's some options. These, but it's all like wood. I kind of like this one. Hello, it is day 3. I went for these vinyl planks instead. These are interlocking and they're completely waterproof in this gray plank. You can't really see it that well in this light. The color might be different. So basically, I was at Home Depot for like 3 hours because I FaceTimed my family. We all chose this color, and then I looked on the shelves and that specific color was not there. So I asked a worker and she was like, oh yeah, so we ran out of that one, but I think we just got a new shipment today, but it won't be out on the shelves until tomorrow. And I was like, is there any way you can check if it's here, if there's any way that I can just get 2 boxes because that's all I need? She's like, okay, let me go check outside in the delivery trucks to see if we can find it. 20 minutes later, she comes back, she's like, sorry, we can't find it, but if you come back tomorrow, it'll be here. So I was like, okay, thank you so much anyway. So I was like, you know what, let me just look for a similar color and then be done with it because I didn't want to come back the next day. So I found a similar one, put 2 boxes into my cart. As I was about to check out, the lady found me and she's like, oh, so we actually do have that original color, but it's just like at a different location in the store. So then we go over there, pick up the new 2 boxes and then put down the old ones. So I came home at like 8 o'clock and I was so hungry. But anyway, got the 2 boxes and then we got the new flooring, but that is for around the toilet because you saw the severe water damage. And then we have some floor patch just to even out the floors. I think first we're gonna cut out the wood to fit into the toilet area. Let's get started. So we have just finished putting in the wood floors. So now it is time to just nail down the wood. I'm not gonna try to educate because I honestly don't know if what we're doing is right. Alright, now that we're done nailing the floor down, I'm gonna start patching the floors in some uneven places and where we have some gaps and stuff. Hello guys, it is day 3 or 4. I don't even know at this point. I finished patching the floor, but I'm still waiting for a couple patches to dry up because some of the places were kind of bigger holes, so they require a longer time to dry. You're technically not supposed to fill really big holes with this floor patch stuff, but we're just gonna kind of ignore that and hope it goes well. I kind of jumped the gun and started just dry fitting some of the flooring, and I realized I kind of hate the color. I think it looks good alone, like in the store it looked good, but when you actually apply it, I think it just looks a little too dead for my liking. I know that wood is actually dead, but I think I want something a little bit warmer toned. This is very, very cool toned. I still think it looks a little bit too gray. So I think I'm going to have to go back to Home Depot and switch it to another color. This will be like the 4th time going back to Home Depot, my second home. Hello, we are back at Home Depot. I'm with my dad. He originally was against that color and wanted this color, which I guess we're gonna get now. So I guess like he has a good eye for this stuff and we didn't trust him. We returned the old stuff. We're gonna get this one now. I'm still like kind of iffy, but I feel like it'll look better than that gray one. Let me show you what it looks like in store because it looks really good on display, but I think in the room it just looks not great. So this was the color that we chose. It actually looks a lot better in person. It's a little bit warmer toned than what it looks like on screen. I do like this one because it's warm toned, but I think the safest option is just to do this one. No, wait, don't put it on top. It's gonna break. Hello, it is a couple days later, but it is day 5, I think. So it is now time to finally put down the floors. So I have drawn out this diagram of all of the measurements. There's quite a lot of math involved because I do have to cut down the planks because they won't fit exactly in the space. So I have to kind of figure out what will look best, what will be the best pattern, because you can't have any planks that are less than 2 inches wide. So I'm gonna figure that out. I'll see you when I'm finished planning. I'm now in the bathroom. This is the first plank that I'm gonna put down, and I'm gonna measure and cut this. I don't have like the proper tools to be doing this, but I'm just hoping that it works out in the end. I have done hours and hours and hours of research. I'll link down below some of my favorite tutorials if you are looking into doing this for your bathroom. All right, wait, no. Wait a second. Wait. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused right now. 8 centimeters. This stuff is really easy to cut. I'm just gonna use a razor blade. A razor blade. Fun fact, if you say rise up lights, it sounds like you're saying rise up light in an Australian accent. Rise up lights. guys, it is the next day and I woke up so tired. My entire body aches, but we are so close to being done with the floor. We just have one more piece to lay down. However, I noticed that one of the pieces is a lot lighter than the one next to it, and I'm really contemplating whether or not I should replace that piece. I mean, it would take a little bit more work because I'd have to figure out how to take it out and then put another piece in, and then I'd have to like hammer everything back into the same place. I don't know if it's worth it or not, but I feel like I'm gonna do it because I'm just that nitpicky, and if I don't do it now, I'm always gonna notice it. I'm the dumbest person in the entire freaking world. So I was just, oh my god. Basically, I broke one of the pieces that's already installed. So I was trying to hammer this piece down and somehow I cracked it. But honestly, I was contemplating removing this piece anyway because the corner is kind of coming up a little bit. However, the complication with this piece is that there's so many holes and different cuts that I have to make. It's quite difficult to cut these little holes. Like, cutting and snapping just one line is super easy, but when you have that many little things to cut out and measure, it gets kind of difficult. So that night, we finally finished the floor, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second. I really didn't think that it would take as long as it did, obviously because we did not anticipate the unforeseen complications like the water damage and the rotted wood. With that being said, here is a before and after of what we've done so far. We've only tackled the toilet removal and floor replacement so far, which in my mind is not that much because it's only 2 things. However, it took us about a week's time, and I definitely had to kind of learn along the way. This was a very technical process. I wanted to challenge myself and pick up a new skill, which I definitely think I did. I think I surprised myself with what I was able to achieve, of course, with my dad's help. It was definitely a very strenuous process, but that is only the beginning. Originally, I wanted to put this entire bathroom makeover into one video. However, I realized that if I did that, it would be like a 3-hour video. So this is part 1. Stay tuned for the following episodes. I'm going to be installing the new toilet, swapping out the sink, painting, decorating, and you will be able to watch me suffer in those coming videos. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned because is going down. We love a good bathroom pun. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. Shout out of the week is right here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!